Happy Friday, Brian Manning here with the weekly update. Crazy week, wow. So let's see, Monday and Tuesday of this week were really relatively quiet news days. Everyone was waiting for the Federal Reserve meeting. Federal Reserve started their two-day meeting on Tuesday of this week. And on Wednesday of this week, we had Jerome Powell, as he does, and the president of the Federal Reserve always does after they're wrapping up of their two-day meeting. And I would say U.S. markets were fairly muted after Jerome Powell's speech. He always delivers a speech, and there's a Q&A from the press. And, it wasn't really what Jerome Powell said. It was just probably more of what he didn't say and just really not clearly addressing inflation or kind of just being more vague about letting inflation run hot. So U.S. markets were fairly muted. Then Asian markets opened because they run at a different schedule than they do because of the time difference. And Asia was like, oh, hell no. You guys are messing this up. Jerome Powell, no way. We see inflation coming. Asian markets went crazy, not in a great way. And then when U.S. markets opened up on Thursday, they had watched what Asia did, and U.S. markets went haywire on Thursday as a result of this. So, the reality is we're going to see inflation run hot. When we start looking at what's going to happen for inflationary reports in May and June of this year, so coming up in the fairly near future, it's going to give us inflationary information, which is definitely going to see an increase. The reason why is because every time you get an inflationary report, it's looking at the most recent 12 months, and the prior month, so from a year ago, is the one that's dropping off. So when we went into this pandemic, and you look at April and May of 2020, April and May were either almost at zero or they were negative because the country was shut down. And now you're going to come into an April and May of 2021 where the country is kind of reopening. And when you replace a negative number with a positive number, that immediately has a very drastic impact on the inflationary reading. So May and June of this year, we're definitely going to see some inflationary readings heat up, and it's definitely going to have an impact on interest rates. Right now, I tell you, we're definitely in a locking bias just because we're slowly in an increasing rate trend. I wouldn't be freaking out. Interest rates are phenomenal. We're still locking people at amazing interest rates, but we're just in a trend of seeing rates slightly rise. I just want to show you on the charts real quick, kind of what we've seen this week. So, lately we've been looking at the 10-year Treasury, and this is the yield in the 10-year Treasury because mortgage rates generally move in the trajectory of what the yield in this 10-year Treasury is doing, right? So we talked about this one, and we started looking at it back here, and we said, hey, if the 10-year Treasury breaks above the ceiling of resistance, we're going to start seeing an upswing. So sure enough, we did. And then we come here and we look at this week, and we started to break above it at the end of last week. This is today's reading right here. And, we've conventionally have broken above this 1.6, and we're definitely just seeing some increases there. If we look at the yield in the 10-year Treasury, let's just say over the last 2 years, we're kind of back in the territory of where we were in pre-pandemic. And I would tell you this, when we were locking people pre-pandemic, we were so excited to be locking people in the low threes. People were buying houses, people were refinancing. It was just phenomenal. So we're kind of back in that area. I'm still super positive on it. I think that interest rates are amazing. I've been doing this for 23 years, and they're just phenomenal. If you have any questions, you want to talk more about this, there's a lot more information I give you on what's going on in the markets. I would love to help you out any way I can. I'm also around all weekend. Reach out to me, call me on my cell phone, text me. I'm more than happy to help you with your pre-approvals. I'd love to be part of your business. Happy Friday. Have a great day.